I'm reading a creator-owned comic every day for a month, and today it was Psycho Slumber by Phil Diaz and Adam Lawson. This one has this really cool Rob Willis cover. There was also another cover by Doug Mankey, which I do believe is... There it is, there. Very cool. But I got this one here, and it is a crossover between the Lost Pages universe and Adam Lawson's Kill Journal universe, where you can see here it involves Crim and Jazz, and if you're familiar with the Kill Journal, you got St. George and two of his revenant hunters. So it starts here with the hobo, and you got him coming to meet St. George, telling him a little that he needs to add to a story that in his book here. And it's a little fourth wall break. It actually says it's got, you should finish the story with these two guys, Phil Diaz and Adam Lawson. That sort of sets up the universe. Really cool art here by, sorry, I forgot the name here. It is One Gideon. And the colors are by Eugene Bativu. Really, really nice work, actually, across the board. And just going to start the story off here. You've got Jazz and Crim hunting down who they think is a junkie. Turns out he's actually just a guy who's trying to stay awake, because if we can get to it here, look at this. When he falls asleep, he's being hunted in his dreams by this revenant. Revenant in the Kill Journal are sort of like demons, like killers, bad people have been possessed in some way, and they really just like horrific killers that people who work for St. George hunt, essentially. And if you're not familiar with Crim and Jazz from the Lost Pages, Jazz is like this kickboxer type chick, and Crim is her big hulky alter ego invisible friend. Essentially makes it so that she can, be really strong and not get hurt and heal and stuff like that. So anyway, there's the Revenant there. There's a good shot of him here somewhere. His name is Simon. Look, he guts him right there. This is obviously a pretty kind of horrific book. There's a lot of essentially it's kind of like an action mystery horror. Essentially. Anyway, his name is Simon, and his whole shtick is he goes around playing, saying Simon Says. He's wearing this getup here. This is a cool shot of him towards the end here, where they do a little bit of a concept art there by Oliver Isabedra. And I'm going to try and not spoil the story, because it is a bit of a mystery. They're going, they're almost like trying to solve the case. Essentially, they're trying to solve the case of who Simon is and how they're going to be able to stop him. So all these guys team up. It is a team up book after all. And straight away, she runs into Simon as well. It's going to feel like Freddy Krueger in the Dream Warriors, if you've ever seen that movie, where they have to go into dreams and try and fight him, essentially. I had a little bit of a flashback to that movie. Very cool splash page here. Just like a in-chapter thing. Yeah, definitely got that feeling from the book. But I want to skip forward a little bit to where they figure out a plan, essentially. They're going to go after him. And they realize that he's a guy from the neighborhood who was essentially killing dogs. And he got put down. So that's how he became a revenant. So now they know where his body is, and they're going to try and figure out how to kill him. They got to team up. I'm going to skip forward to that a little bit. More blood and gore. And oh, here's a cool part. Crim gets stuck in a dream with him, and because it's a dream, it's sort of like, I'm guessing it's kind of like different time scales. He says he's been in there fighting this dude for days. Anyway, they go in there together to fight him. Where is it? Here it is here. And so they're all fighting him in the dream together. Meanwhile, this one here, Marty, she's looking for his body that's been put down a well. And I think I might actually leave it there because, like I said, it is a mystery. I don't want to give away the ending pretty much. But yeah, action-packed, lots of gore, as you would imagine from Adam Lawson, who loves his horror. And then lots of action that you would get from Phil Diaz. And Phil, I believe, wrote the script. And Adam and Phil came up with the story together. So yeah, a fun story. A little bit, there were some spots where I was kind of like, oh, okay, who's that? Who's this and everything? But it was pretty quickly to get through it. It wasn't a hindrance to the story, anything like that. But there was a lot going on in the story. So it's just sort of that, that can happen sometimes. And it being quite fast paced, it was constantly moving from page to page. But a good entry. I hope these two team up again. I would love to see some different characters from the lost pages. There's a whole slew of these Revenant hunters as well that he could potentially, bring into it. But yeah, if you're into the action, if you're into horror sort of stuff, definitely one to check out. Really cool art too. And that has been Psycho Slumber. I'll see you on tomorrow's video. All right, bye.